Have you ever wondered what would happen if you were an astronaut and you had to have surgery in space? Me neither. But NASA, astronauts, this journalist at the Next Web, probably Elon Musk, for all we know, they all have to figure this out if we were to become a spacefaring species. And one thing that definitely caught my attention in this article was the concept of floating intestines. Let that sink in for a minute. This is a thing that actually happened while performing experimental surgeries on rats. The intestines would actually float out of the rat and in midair and obscure their view of the surgery taking place. Now, I don't know how long it takes to get to Mars and back, but I'm assuming it's probably too long to ship a sick person back for emergency surgery or treatment. So we're going to have to figure out how to do surgeries in space, guys. It's actually way more interesting than I thought it'd be. You can check the article out on the Next Web. Microsoft and Google are teaming up to bring more web apps to the Play Store. Web apps built using Microsoft's PWA Builder tool will use Google's Bubble Wrap utility and library to take advantage of new features, including a new standard for web shortcuts, deeper push notifications, and visual customizations. Web apps should feel more at home on your phone, to put it simply. This is a quality of life hack brought to us by Microsoft and Google, where I guess if you use a whole lot of Microsoft apps and you want them to feel better on Google, this is fantastic. Wired has a great article on two-factor authentication. I highly recommend everybody check out and read. I am an advocate for two-factor authentication. It's a simple extra step to help protect your identity and your finances. AMD is shipping out Ryzen 5 3600s and Ryzen 3 3200G packaging, and no, you're not going to get one over on AMD on this one. This is pretty much a China exclusive, and you had to have already bought a 3600. Basically, if you buy a 3600 in China, you're still going to get a 3600. AMD just underestimated the popularity of the 3600 in China, so instead of waiting on new packaging materials, they're just using the ones they already have. Ars Technica is reporting on more claims of sexual misconduct in the video game industry, this time coming once again from Ubisoft. Longtime CCO Sergey Hasquit, described by Bloomberg game industry reporter Jason Schreier as Ubisoft's most powerful creative force and the man in charge of all their games, has left the company effective immediately after these allegations have come to light. This news, of course, follows the resignation of Ubisoft Toronto co-founder Maxime Belland on July 3rd, which came in response to a Kotaku investigation that was set off in part by an internal allegation of abusive workplace behavior by Belland. According to this article, these two dudes did some pretty scummy things, and if you want to read more about those scummy things that they may or may not have done, you can check out Ars Technica, link in the description below. Some better news for Ubisoft. Their forward live stream is today. You can check out CNET to see what time it's streaming in your local area. If you haven't missed it already, I honestly don't know if I've missed it already. I guess we'll find out together. Hasbro's next crowdfunding project is an extremely big Sentinel. This thing is 2 foot tall and has 20 points of articulation in its hand alone. This thing is massive and it looks incredible, and I really, really want one. I am certain I cannot afford it, but I mean, it's pretty gnarly. Here's a picture of it holding a standard size Wolverine action figure with its tentacle robot hand scorpion accessory. This thing's dope and I want one. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button anyway. It still helps me in the algorithm regardless. Catch you next time.